the words that you're saying are, no, I mean, I can tell that you're sincere. I hear people say those words somewhat often. I wish more. Sometimes I feel like they're sincere, others I don't.
Judge, I filed
He was busy waiting his turn.
I was looking at my phone. I filed a motion to modify probation as well on another case that she has. We were having problems with e-file yesterday, so it may have been very late in the day. I don't know if it made it, but it's.
I received it this morning, Your Honor. I can tell you what it is. We kind of discussed this with Ms. Simmons earlier this morning. Ms. Taylor pled a couple months ago on, I think, 2 other cases, and got probation. She was ordered to safety. Before she could get sent to safety, this case got indicted, and that kept her here. This case was indicted about a month ago, first week in November.
Okay. Offense date of
March predates what we did before.
predates it. Okay.
It was part of the backlog of testing for the lab.
Yeah, and so the agreement on this one is,
To run concurrent with what she's doing, which, I think this is a 10-year deferred, concurrent with what she's already doing. Mr. Galmore's position is that since she's had to wait a few extra months in custody and not able to go to safety as ordered, he's asking that safety condition be switched to maybe ISF or something else if the court deems appropriate.
so what I would do at that point is it would get reset for sentencing and they would have to do a new substance abuse evaluation. If you want me to, I need probation's input. If their recommendation previously was for safety, then she hasn't received any treatment. I understand that she's been in custody, but that's not treatment. And so if she's going to get a probation on a possession to go along with that, there's going to be some treatment, and I would anticipate it would be in custody treatment.
And that's what my motion on the motion to modify probation was suggested, was an alternative treatment program that just may be shorter. I think the real reason for the argument would be the fact that she is farther removed from her drug use at this point than it was originally considered.
I would consider ISF,
Well,
but I'm not going to do outpatient. I think we need something with 2 felony probations that's a little more intensive.
The shorter ISF program would probably be about the same amount of time that was originally planned for her to be in custody anyways.
Right.
And so that was one of the requests that my motion made in the motion to modify. And then we left the treatment plan on this plea up to the court.
So is there any reason to get even an updated pre-sentence report? I can just go ahead and do all of this.
She's been in custody this whole time, so there's nothing that's been changed.
Right.
I know of no major disciplinary problems or anything like that, so I would ask the court to go forward today.
Okay, all right, let's take care of the new case and then we'll discuss the modification. Then, you're Melissa Taylor.
Yes, ma'am.
And Mr. Galmore, will your client waive the formal reading of the indictment?
Sure, Your Honor.
Ms. Taylor, in cause number 25, DCCR 1693, you're charged with a third-degree felony offense of possession of a controlled substance from March 9th of 2025, and how do you plead to that charge?
Guilty.
Are you pleading guilty freely and voluntarily?
Yes, ma'am.
And because you did what they charged you with? I have here on the tablet some documents that have your signature on them that the state has marked as exhibit number 1. Before you signed these, did you go over them with Mr. Galmore?
Yes, ma'am.
Do you fully understand them? And do you understand, if I follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney, that you'll be waiving or giving up any right to appeal?
Yes, ma'am.
And the agreement is for a 10-year deferred probation. Is there no fine on this one?
I'm okay with waiving the fine.
All right, there would be no fine on this case, and you would be required to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which, as you guys have said, is unagreed as to treatment, but that we've talked about. What I'm inclined to do is the substance abuse track of the ISF program. Is that your understanding? And do you also understand, if you're not a U.S. citizen, that a plea of guilty or no contest may result in your deportation, exclusion from admission to the country, or denial of naturalization under federal law? State tenders number 1.
No objection.
It's admitted. Any evidence that Ms. Taylor is not competent?
No, Your Honor.
All right, ma'am, I'm going to find that you entered your plea of guilty freely and voluntarily. Find that you're mentally competent and you understand the nature and the consequences of that plea. I am going to waive the pre-sentence report. I'm going to find sufficient evidence to find you guilty. However, I'm going to follow the agreement that you made with the district attorney and defer all proceedings for a period of 10 years. You're ordered to follow all of the rules and conditions of probation, which include entering and successfully completing the substance abuse track of the ISF program. In addition, as your follow-up treatment, when you get out, you will be required to enter and successfully complete the JCDI program. So you're going to get out, you'll have all the tools. You're going to get tools while you're in custody. You're going to get out, you're going to have even more tools so that you can be successful and get off drugs for good, be a productive member of society, and not end up with felony convictions on your record and going to prison. And if you do all of that, just like we talked about in the other case, this is a great opportunity because you don't have the conviction on your record. If you successfully complete the probation, the case will be dismissed. You'll never have a felony conviction. The other side of that is if you violate any condition in this case, you'll be brought back into court, you could be found guilty, and you could go to prison for between 2 years and up to 10 years. Do you understand?
Yes, ma'am.
All right, I'm handing you, in that case, the trial court certification that shows that this was an agreement that I followed, so you waived your right to appeal. Yes, ma'am?
May I speak?
Let me, hold that just a
Yes, ma'am.
second. Let me take, because I'll get sidetracked and then I won't do what I need to do legally. So now, for probation in cause number 24, DCCR 2311, I am going to grant that motion to modify the probation order to change that from SafeP to ISF, substance abuse with JCDI as aftercare.
Will you give me the call number, please?
24 DCCR 2311.
Judge, I think there may also be another probation that she's on, a different cause number.
I'm not sure.
I thought we pled her to a state jail and a
Can y'all look,
higher level
please?
felony. I just don't want, I don't want to get skipped over if there's another.
If
cause
she's on probation for more than that one, if there is another, and then the same order goes for all. If it was SafeP, that can be
number. No, just this one or two.
switched from SafeP to ISF substance abuse with JCDI as a, the problem is if do y'all think there's one? Because it might be the time
I
that
did
she's
not
on
think
probation
there
could be
was
an
one,
issue.
but I
Okay.
could be wrong.
Okay, we'll double check it. If she is, that'll be a condition. It'll be switched from SafeP to ISF also. Okay, yes, ma'am.
Yes, ma'am. So I have been incarcerated for the last 8 months in Jefferson County Correctional. During the last 8 months, I've had a trustee position for 6 of those 8. There are no programs for rehabilitation for women like myself that spend 8 to a year incarcerated. There are none. The completed literature that I put down, I went out of my way to obtain that, get those shipped in to me, to reach out to an outside sponsor to review my packets that I went through. I have, whether you go to a 9-month program, a 6-month program, or a 3-month program, the desire of the individual to change and putting these into application are what actually creates lasting change. Otherwise, they're just books that I've read.
Sure.
If you can ask me anything about these books and I can tell you how I've changed and how they've changed me and what they've done. I realize that my addiction is a terminal disease that will kill me. And it is a lifelong recovery process. And that if I don't completely abandon myself to my higher power in a recovery program for the rest of my life, that I will end up in prison or dead. I don't have any more options. I agree that I will most likely learn something from ISF. I will learn from any program that I'm ever put against. But I am begging you with the effort that I took. Seeing that there's no options for female inmates other than an AA program every other week at best. We sit in there and we eat and we gain weight and we watch movies and it's a vicious cycle. I understand the triggers and what made me relapse. I have a phenomenal support system, and I am willing to go so far to say that if you give me the COLA program, and if I fail, take this all away and put me in prison for 5 to 10 years. Don't have it as an option.
Mr. Nichols, so,
Big red letters on
so
the
here's the
file.
thing, Ms. Taylor, the words that you're saying
Right.
are, no, I mean, I can tell that you're sincere. I hear people say those words somewhat often. I wish more. Sometimes I feel like they're sincere, others I don't. I agree, there are not programs because jail is just a rotation of coming and going, and it's hard to get programs going because by the time someone gets started, they're probably leaving, and it could be better. I appreciate what you've done. I'm inclined, but here's my fear, is that I don't want to do what you're asking and set you up for failure. So if I do what you're asking and you violate, there's going to be a notation about all of this. Mr. Nichols will remind me, probation will remind me, and there won't be, okay, now I need SafeP. Now I need ISF.
I'm
Mr.
that
Nichols?
dedicated to my recovery.
You know, I usually have a pretty good memory for these things, Judge. If the court wants to give her that shot, I don't want to have to revoke her. I want her to be successful. I've read what she provided the court. I know it's impressive, the work she's done for herself while in jail. I'd hate to see it all fall apart though. I mean, I think the case she's on, other case she's on probation for is assault on an officer. And I know there was at least one state jail.
I do have, so
drug-related
24 DCCR 2177 is another, she's on probation for. There is another probation. And so 24 DCCR 2177, so whatever I do to modify conditions are going to be the same on those. So I guess what I'm going to do, Ms. Taylor, is I'm going to give you this opportunity. It's 100% up to you to take it. Otherwise, you have 3 felonies that you're going to go to prison for.
I will be a success.
And here's the thing, if you feel like you're slipping and you need more and you go say, I need SafeP or I need an ISF before it ends up with me, that's one thing. That's a hard decision to make. But if you're truly committed to it and you feel yourself slipping that you need inpatient, it's going to be up to you to make that decision to ask for it. If it gets so far that you're here, it's going to be too late. All right, so then I'm going to modify the conditions of all of those probations, including the new case, to order that Ms. Taylor enter and successfully complete the JCDI program and not have to go to ISF or SafeP in any of them. So take advantage of this. I did everything else.
I think so.
All right, good luck.
Yes, ma'am.
Hey, thanks for watching. Please do let us know in the comments what you thought of this video. If you'd like to support what we do here, the best way to do it is to pick up some of our merch. You can find it at courtroomfiles.com.